Hey, this is Sean Irvin again with Professional Painting. On today's video, we're going to be going over how to use a 3M hand masking machine. This machine is another trade secret, a trick to profitability. There's no real trick to it. It's a little tricky to get used to. It takes some practice. Don't get discouraged if you start out and it doesn't work right. I like to have mine set on the widest setting. If you look closely, you have 4 different settings for different widths of tape. I use the widest tape available, and so I set mine on the farthest notch. It is critical that when you change sizes of tape that you adjust this blade to accommodate so that the ends always match up like they should. That's a common mistake in my opinion. These also need to be maintained faithfully so that this blade maintains a straight edge. That will help you as you pull the sheeting down not to have a curvy line on the edges that will be difficult to adhere. I only use 3M products. I love their tape. I love their masking film. It has intense cling to the window that really helps you to perform this alone without the need for a helper. The tools you will need are either a 5-in-1 or some sort of flat edge scraper so that you can tool your things into position. And I also carry an X-Acto knife. I don't use the disposable ones. I get the real one. I keep plenty of blades around, and it must be sharp if you'd like a clean outside corner. So anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this window done. Being that the tape is almost 2 inches, I want to actually start about 1 inch away from the edge so that half of my tape will be on the vinyl, half of my tape will be on the plastic, and we'll have a good blend. Nothing will blow away when we spray directly at it with the paint sprayer. On this particular application, we're actually going to paint the side edge. We've always called that a California cut. That is our standard package. A French cut is the alternative to that, during which you would actually paint trim paint on the edge, and we have not agreed to that for this particular home, and so we are performing a California cut, and we are just masking the face of these windows. This is a measure of diligence that I can assure you that if you perform this masking faithfully and you pull your masking tight, the neighbors will be asking you for quotes. I can promise you. Not many painters go through this, and even fewer use name brand materials that work this well. So if you're looking for a way to set yourself apart, this is the fastest way to do it. It's part of what we call the show. I could honestly spray this house with a shield. I could brush around the windows and keep my spray wet, but that doesn't look so fancy to the clients next door. When the clients see masking that's pulled tight, they know that they're dealing with a professional. When they see name brand products that are being consistently applied with an attention to detail that appears to be unparalleled, you will surely wind up with probably more work than you can handle. Anyhow, we'll get right to it. Part of the trick is that you don't ever try to cut in midair. If you do, it will likely turn back onto itself and stick to itself, thereby ruining that portion of the film and the tape. So for me, I adhere it right to the top where I think it's going to go, about 1 inch from the edge. Make sure I've got that tooled on really firmly. I will take it across the top like that, pull gently over to the edge. Now that my blade is 1 inch from the edge, as you can see, I'm going to change the angle of the hand masker to a very acute angle and push away. That is exactly what I was warning you about when it comes to cutting it in midair. It seems like it almost always immediately turns back onto itself and sticks to the film, or the tape will stick to itself. I was able to recover on that one, thankfully. But this is kind of like an apron now. You pull it down. For the record, this is the 99-inch plastic, which is the larger stock. I normally just use the larger and waste a little money if I need to. Once I've got that top firmly in position and I've tooled it all the way across where I know I have a firm grip and I can pull hard on this plastic to get a very tight look, then I can basically take 2 pieces that are about 3 inches long, tool your tape, even if it's with your thumbnail, tool it. Move this ladder over here, pull this piece down. Another maybe 3-inch piece of tape, just enough to give you some grip. Pull it down tightly. Having a lack of wrinkles and a kind of a taut masking is the trick. This masking also, if you shoot lacquers, they have a special type of film that will not flake off. Some lacquers are very thin, very hard, and when you spray the first coat and it dries and you come back and spray the second coat, the force of the sprayer is enough to break away some of the paint and turn it into little chips. And so 3M offers a film that will resist that, and I really appreciate it. So once you've gotten to this point, this is where the X-Acto knife comes in. Kind of pull it down tight, and I like to cut it right about here. And be careful not to cut the window, but you just want to kind of gently score it with the knife. You'll see that once you get it started, it'll actually peel across there. It'll follow the line that you've already started. It doesn't want to tear in a diagonal fashion. So if you look closely, it'll peel pretty straight, depending on how much finesse you're using. That's another remarkable aspect of this product. Most plastic doesn't do that. Again, I'm going to try to tack it down with a couple of pieces here. And what I'll do is I'll catch the plastic only, pull it out, bring it down, and then make the connection to the vinyl. And you can see how I was able to remove the remaining slack out of it by grasping the plastic first and then pulling the plastic down to meet the vinyl. That one's too short. Let's do another. That way I know that won't break loose. All right. Now, when I'm doing mine, I go back to the top with just a normal roll of tape, and I do what we call letting it run wild. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tape. It's a windy day. And I'm going to run it over the edge on the top, over the edge on the bottom, and use my X-Acto knife to trim it in a perfect square outside corner. So once I know that I'm on the plastic and I've got a good firm grip on the vinyl, here comes the X-Acto knife. Might want to zoom in on this one, Mom. X-Acto knife works a lot better when it is laid down than it does when it's pointing. You have more surface area on the blade when you lay it down at a very acute angle. So I like to lay mine flat, come across here like this, and my goal is to actually meet up with this other piece of tape right there. And that is how you make a perfect outside corner. Now, personally, I see a little bit of a rise right there and a little bit of a drop right there, but no fear, I have a perfectly square piece of tape right here that I can now correct that with. As you can see, it makes a perfect outside corner. Let's come down to the bottom. Same exact specification. Oh, great. Here we go. Lay the knife down. Okay. A little difficulty, just so you know it's real. A little bit of error. You just do your best. So one of the tricks that you can use if you don't care for this level of precision is using your 5-in-1 or a scraper of some sort and placing it firmly on the line that you wish for the tape to be cut, holding it, and it's not quite as precise. There is a little bit of kind of furring on the edge of the tape normally when you do that, depending on how sharp your tool is. I am more of an X-Acto knife kind of guy, but there is not a thing wrong with this approach. The trick to using this is to have an adequate amount to pull on. If this amount was only 1 inch, you would never be able to successfully pull it away without damaging that clean edge. So I'm going to finish out with the tool for now. Here's a good example of the furring that occurs when you use the tool as opposed to the precision that you get with the X-Acto knife. Nothing's really wrong with either one. It depends on your attention to detail. It depends on your product, how you want it to come out, and how much it means to you to have razor sharp lines, or if you have another part of your process that's going to correct the line later on. As you can see, the window is fully protected, the masking is very tight, and the outside corners are very respectable. I'll probably come and trim this furring off just a little, but now you know how to use a hand masker. You know the tricks to make sure that you don't tear it off in midair. You don't want to do crazy work where you just get close enough, so you always go past and then trim to the space that you want. It'll give you good results. And I'm telling you, if you can master the use of a shield, if you can master this masking, there's not a whole lot left to the difficulty. You just get your sprayer out and go ham. Anyhow, I hope this helps you to produce good work, make your work look great, and provide a positive optic to clients that are on looking, and hope to get you more jobs. Anyhow, please like our videos, subscribe, share, comment. We need your help. We want to be visible to people that need assistance producing professional results, whether it be contractors that are learning or homeowners that want to do their own work. We want to help you do great work. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video.